Okay, yard fanatics, look, this week it's a weed feed challenge over here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to apply weed and feed to a yard that's infested with weeds. So check it out. Okay, yard fanatics, in this video I'm going to show you how to apply weed and feed to a yard that's fully infested with weeds. Now, the best time to do this is right after a rainstorm, when you still got some moisture on the grass. And the weed and feed I'm going to use is really going to do good on these big broadleaf weeds. All right, and the weed and feed being applied to this weed infested lawn works over a period of time. So let's go ahead and get this stuff put down in this. Oh my God, you see it, guys, and this is just this side over here, but I'm gonna go ahead and start, and I'm gonna show you the other side. Okay guys, so we're gonna apply this weed and feed to a weed infested lawn. And before I start, not a sponsor, but I'm using the Sunnyland Weed and Feed Professional 2006. Guys, first thing you need to do is make sure you got your equipment, a spreader, you got a hand spreader for small areas, Scott spreader. And guys, I'm going with a Let's Go. If you do have the Let's Go, yard fanatics. So this is what I want to show you, is when you put down that weed and feed, all right, you see how it's landed on the broadleaf weeds. And best application to apply weed and feed to a weed infested lawn is while it's wet. All right, and I'm just showing you some of this, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna look at this, but I'm just showing you how it should be landing. Because what's going to happen, those leaves are going to start feeding on this. And there's a herbicide in it called Trimec for this formula that's going to kill the weed from the top down. All right. When we water this in 3 or 4 days from now, it rains, the rest of it's going to wash down in the soil. It's going to feed the grass. And it's going to kill these weeds, even the ones that it didn't land on, from the bottom up. It's going to take it from the roots back up to the top. So it's like a two-way formula. All right. So listen, and you can see it, guys. This is a lot of dandelions out here. All right. So let's go ahead and get to the other side. Okay, yard fanatics. And sometimes you got these areas where the big spreader is not feasible. So sometimes you have to get a small handheld like this one right here. And it has settings on the back. Guys, check your bag and see if they have a hand spreader setting. This is the Scott Wiz. All right, if you don't, normally I just put mine on 3 or 4 for these bigger granulars. For the real fine, like the Scotts or Bio Advance, I put it on 2 or 3. All right, and so we use this to cover areas like this that are just not big enough to run that handheld, the push spreader through here. Okay, yard fanatics, and now here's the fun part. Like I said, yard infested with weeds. We're going to get rid of this with a weed and feed. All right, and You see, we got a lot to go, guys. And I want to put this down, give it a 3 or 4 days, water it in, then cut it. All right. If you got a yard that's infested with weeds like this and you're using a weed and feed to kill the weeds out of a yard that's infested with weeds, guys, bag those weeds up. Don't cut this with a mulching more. You got to cut it and bag up the weeds so you can get rid of all these seeds and stuff. It's a lot of weeds that has seeds down here. If you mulch them, you're going to mulch them right back into the lawn and you're back to the same situation. So let's go ahead and get that done now. Okay, y'all, for the next couple of things you need to understand while we're putting this weed and feed down, this is not going to solve all your problems. You probably still will have to come and spot treat or even blanket spray the entire yard again with a liquid weed kill. But with a weed and feed, the way it works, like I said once before, put it on a moist lawn or wet lawn, water your yard 24 to 48 hours in advance. When you apply it with a broadcast spreader, it's going to stick to some of the weeds. Those weeds will feed on that product, start killing it from the top down. Later on, when you water it in, it's going to kill from the bottom up. All right. It's best to cut your yard 3 or 4 days before you apply weed and feed, and mow it again maybe about 3 or 4 or even a week after you apply your weed and feed. But the key to it, guys, it has to be watered in. You cannot apply a weed and feed or any product to your lawn and you don't water it in. You have to water it in. I'm going to repeat that one more time, guys. You have to water it in. You can't let it sit there for 2 or 3 weeks without watering in. Guys, you got to water it in. Next, hopefully that will show you how to put weed and feed on a lawn that's infested with weeds. Guys, if you found value in this video, make sure you hit that subscription button, ring that notification bell, and every time BYD uploads a video, you'll be notified by YouTube. And guys, if you are still confused on how to apply a weed and feed to your lawn or to a weed infested lawn, click here, guys. Hopefully this video helped you also. Don't forget to watch my last video.